Hey guys, it's Jonathan Bailey here. In this segment, I just want to tell you a little bit about myself and where I came from and where I'm going. So I'm originally from Seattle, Washington. I lived there for 20 years of my life, and then I moved to Utah. And my parents are still there, so I do go out there and visit there at least twice, 3 times a year. Um, I have 12 other siblings besides myself. In my immediate family, when I mean immediate, the ones I grew up with, I am fourth from the bottom. And, being a big family, my parents didn't know what to do with us. We're all about two years apart. And so my parents decided to put us in sports. So we played football, basketball, a little bit of soccer, track and field, just anything that we can really do to waste energy. My parents were all about it, and we got to know the kids around the neighborhood. We ended up going to church, and I grew up Mormon, and so that's a little bit about my background. About when I was 17, 18, I didn't know what I want in life. My I was pretty good at basketball, and my godmother was like, "Well, you need to go to school." My parents were like, "You need to go to college, and you need to do all of these things." And I was like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah, whatever, whatever. I'm gonna play basketball. I'm gonna be famous. I'm gonna get my money that way." And a year after high school, I went to go play on a league, and the second year of the second game, in the second quarter, I blew my knee out. And it all went downhill from that. I got depressed. My ego and pride got hurt. Those people that I was like, you don't know what you're talking about. In the back of my head, I was like, I wish I had really listened to you. But, you know, I didn't, and I blew our opportunity. So I said, hey, that's fine. So, since my godmother was a nurse, she told me to go get my certified nurse assistant license, and then I can help people. I've always been a team player. I've always been able to help people. So I was like, hey, why not? Right up my alley. So I got my certification and my license, and I started helping people. I really like the enjoyment because I love the interaction with people. I love to hear their stories. I love to hear where they were and where they are now. And that's always been appealing to me. So after doing this, excuse me. So after doing this for a little while, I started to feel there was something else for me out there, and I just didn't know what. And so I started exploring little things. I started talking to my friends, seeing, what's their ideas of making money, how they can do just something to pull in extra income without really working. And none of them really knew what to do. They all went to college. They all got the degree. They all have their high paying job where they're at work 16 hours a day, making good money, but they're at work missing everything at home. And I knew I didn't want that life. I just didn't know how to go get it. So around 20, so after several years of this, around 25, I visited my sister in Utah, and I loved it. And so after went back home after about a month, I said, "Hey sis, I need to come out." And she was like, "Okay, are you staying permanent?" And I said, "Yes." And I've been here ever since 2006. So while I was here, I met a great group of friends, but my mindset hasn't changed from Seattle to Utah. And so I knew I wanted to do something, I just didn't know what. And so I met a really group of friends, and I started running around with them. I started doing everything they were doing. I was being the same. I wasn't being myself. And it started to get to me a little bit. And, all of those friends that I made went to school, went to college. They were very educated, PhDs, and, they were directors and managers. And I thought that's the life that I wanted. I really thought that. So I was like, okay. So I enrolled myself at the University of Utah. And there was so much red tape that it was ridiculous. When I got past red tape, there was more red tape and more red tape and more red tape. Now, college is not for everybody, especially like myself. I've had a learning disability ever since I was little that made me harder to learn. So that, until in a college setting where I felt like I was the only one, that really, my anxiety kicked up a lot. And it didn't help out whatsoever. So I got through the semester. I went on to another semester, and it was more red tape with the financial aid. It was just so much red tape. I was just keep thinking to myself that there's got to be a better way. There's just got to be a better way. So I started to get the idea of just doing my own thing, doing my own business. Being the entrepreneur that I know that I am, and getting the lifestyle that I know that I want. And so I started talking to a friend, and I asked a question. I was like, so what is the one thing that everybody needs? And he was like, t-shirts. And I said, perfect. Thank you. So I researched it, did all my research, and I started to become comfortable with it, but I didn't really know the business side of it. And so I was like, okay, so I want to go in business now. So let me get back to school. Let me get through the community college this time, and I will be better. So I got in, I took my test, and I failed. And when I mean I failed, I went under 1,000. I started like I think at 890 or 920, 940 or something like in that range. And I was like, whoa. So I went through the class, and it was very difficult. It was very hard, but I finished it. And while towards the end of the class, I was telling myself, you know what? School's just not for me. I've tried it twice, and I've decided that school's not for me. Entrepreneurship is the way that I want to go. So after that, I started getting things together, and I started to, building a business. Now I got some money, got everything, all my shirts printed, got everything up and running, got my website up, and when the first month I was like, yay, I'm doing great, and then reality hit. Those people said that they wanted something from me, wanted to buy my shirt, never bought anything. I didn't prep right, I didn't do enough research, I didn't do anything, and I just failed. Now I didn't quit, I just failed at it. And so it was that in itself hurt my pride a lot, and my ego. And I just went into depressed mode. I was a statistic of that company, of a company that gets depleted in the first 5 years. I was that, and I was like, man, this really sucks. So I was moping around, covering it up with hanging out with friends, not doing what I was supposed to, still going to work at a 9 to 5, not really appreciating life the way I wanted to appreciate it. So I set out, and the only way that I feel like I can definitely have that life and do what I want to do is to find something online that I can work from home. And that is where I'm at right now. I found a system that I'm starting, and all of the reviews, all of the people are so upbeat. They train people. There's a mentor, which I didn't have prior in my other business. And so I feel that's one of the reasons why I failed. Nobody was there to coach me through these things. And with this business now I'm doing, which is a digital franchise, definitely has a mentor. I can reach out on the phone, I can reach out through email, and they will respond within within a day or so. So I really love this. So that's where I'm at now. I know I'm blabbing it on real quick, but I'm starting to get excited now. So definitely go ahead and start following me. This is something I'm starting. I'm brand new. I don't know a lot about it, but everybody and a lot of the people that's in there has started from where I'm starting. So I know if they can make money, I can make money. And plus, at the end of the day, if I can make more money than I'm making now in my 9 to 5, what do I have to lose? That's the type of mentality that I'm going with. I don't have anything to lose. So, you know what? I'm going to do this, and I hope you guys follow me and to see my journey. And my videos will not be this long. I want to explain myself a little bit about myself to you guys. So, alright, so I'm going to go ahead and sign off, and I will see you guys on the other side. If you want to know a little bit more about me, just hit subscribe and follow me. You're going to see me evolve into the person that I truly am. And so I'm excited, and alright, we're going on 9 minutes and 40 seconds almost. So, alright, you guys, I'll talk to you later, and I will see you in the winner's circle. Alright, bye.